if we envisage any form of bloodshed or something in the forthcoming election of Edo State. Thank you so much for your question. We are a coalition of civil society organizations that are accredited by INEC, to observe the Edo State governorship election of 24th September 2024. Now, part of our mandate, part of our constituency is to observe the pre-election processes, the election processes, and then the post-election related processes. And you see, there is something we call early warning signs. Edo State is characterized as a volatile environment. It's a flashpoint state. It's a state that has been serially noted to perpetrate electoral-related violence, including snatching of ballot boxes and attacks on possible political opponents. Attacks on even INEC officials, the ad hoc staff especially. You see, what we are doing now is in line with our mandate. We are trying to step up the game as a reminder to the law enforcement agents to step up their policing, especially the Nigerian police that is in charge of internal security, to gather enough intelligence to avert possible bloodshed, like you said. We are not preempting anything, but we believe that the Nigerian police is able and fit and has all it takes to be able to ensure that there is a peaceful election in Edo State. But all the same, we also believe that notifying the police and other law enforcement agents to be up to their game is our duty as Nigerian citizens. So we are not foreseeing, but what we are saying is that based on the track record, based on the occurrences that have followed the pre-election observation we have done, we believe that Edo State is a place that is known as a flashpoint state. So the security agents should ensure that there is a smooth and transparent election. There is zero bloodshed in Edo State. And secondly, Michael from Global Television, you asked me if the beavers, there is a concern, whether the beavers technology will be used for the authentication of voters as customary in the Nigerian electoral system. Yes, I think there is no other way an election could be conducted as at today, bearing in mind the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022. It is evident that the beavers technology must be deployed in Edo State, without which there wouldn't be any election. In fact, voting without a beavers authentication amounts to an offense, amounts to an electoral offense actually. And there are stipulated punishments for the presiding officers and assistant presiding, or all the ad hoc staff that perpetrate that. So what we are saying essentially is that we are not ignorant of the fact that there are some clandestine persons who want to perpetrate violence in a Edo State governorship election. This includes, attacking perceived political opponents. This includes buying of votes, voter inducement. We call it voter inducement, which encompasses the selling and buying of votes. It also includes violence of any sort what we are saying essentially is that we have deployed 400 observers across the state of Edo State. Then we are interested in ensuring that politicians who aid and abet, electoral related violence, manipulation of election results, or intimidation of perceived political opponents, we are not going to stop at that. We are going to officially, as a coalition of INEC accredited observer organizations, we are going to write the US Embassy, we are going to write the EU Embassy, we are going to also write the Canadian Embassy and all known embassies in Nigeria for a visa restriction to these politicians, their families, and all electoral offenders, to issue visa restrictions for them and their families globally.